What's going on YouTube? I'm back. I'm sorry for laughing. This shit is so funny to me, bro. Why is she dressed like this? What's going on YouTube? I'm back with another video. This is the Isaiah Sanders show. I'm Isaiah Sanders, and this is Erika Kirk, dressed like she about to rob a bank. Who is her stylist, bro? Who is dressing Erika Kirk? I don't understand. Why is she dressed like she's about to rob a fucking bank in the 80s? Who's dressing her? Why does she look like this? Anyways, let's react to this video. I am Isaiah Sanders. This is the Isaiah Sanders show. Let's jump in straight into it. She said she have a message. Let's see what's going on, man.
It seems to me that nothing will ever be enough for the evil in this world. Our country has become unrecognizable. These people have perverted the truth to the point that they motivated the murder of my husband. They have continuously tried to assassinate the president, and anyone who stands in their way is labeled hateful, racist, fascist, and every other trigger word that is grossly dishonest.
Why is she looking at me like this? Why is Erika Kirk looking at me like this? I'm fucking scared right now. Why is she look? What is wrong with her eyes? It's like It's like I'm looking at the devil. Let's keep watching. Let's keep watching.
We want the best for our country. They don't. This is why Charlie started Turning Point USA in the first place. He didn't trust the radicalized liberal teachers. And this past Saturday, it was a school teacher, of all people, a school teacher, that attempted to change our history for the worst with bullets. And everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me, and I wanted to meet some of them face to face.
Sure. The reason why people are, I don't want to say attacking you. The reason why people are criticizing Erika Kirk is because the way she's moving. She was at a meeting. They had made millions of dollars. She said, "I'm so happy we made millions of dollars." It's like, we're not saying that this is a money grab. We're just saying, Erika Kirk, you're kind of, the way you move it, it's kind of suspicious, right?
Why have a conversation about me when you can have a conversation with me? So, for example, a journalist from the Daily Mail came up to me. She introduced herself, and she was very gracious. She was saying, "You look so beautiful. I'm so sorry for your loss." To which I replied, "It is so nice to put a name to the face, especially with all of the slander, the lies, accusations that are out there surrounding my husband's murder and myself." And I said to her, "You know what's so interesting? This is my first time at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and I find it so fascinating, the dynamic that is going on right now, because everyone is all dressed up, and you guys are co-mingling in and out of each other's cocktail parties. And so for one night, you are able to put aside all of your differences for the sake of freedom of speech. And then by Monday morning, things will go back to being an absolute bloodbath between all of you." To which she replied, literally...
But I hate when the conservatives make it seem like the left are the only one killing people. There are many Republican people who have done mass shootings. Crazy, Christian, wild people. There are a lot of liberal leftist people who do shootings. But to make it seem like it's just one side doing all the violence. Let's not do that, bro. You have so many pro-Christian guys going to go shoot up gay clubs. That's wrong. Political violence is wrong in general, but to say there's only one side, that's bogus, bro.
She said, "I know. Isn't it special, right? Isn't tonight so special?" And following that conversation, it was time to take our seats, and we went into the big ballroom where the dinner was. And one of the first things I noticed when I walked into that room was quite literally the proximity of the opposing outlets to one another. So you have one table here that's Politico, and another table here that's Fox, and another table here that's WAPO, and you're all crammed together, elbow to elbow. And to make the night even more of a spectacle, every single 10-person table had 10 bottles of wine. And the president of the White House Correspondents Association, she did a great job of trying to make the evening have that feeling of Americana. You know, we were in a room celebrating freedom of speech despite our differences. And the U.S. Marine Band performed the national anthem so beautifully. And then shortly thereafter, gunshots rang out and total chaos ensued. And you guys have all seen what happened next because there are 1,000 videos of it. So let's discuss that fact for a second. If you were in that room, you had no way of knowing what the status of the shooter was, how many there were, or honestly, really anything. It was just utter chaos. And so during an active shooting, these journalists are using their phones to find moments to capture for clips. They were so concerned about getting a video.
What happened to freedom of speech? You have freedom of speech. Why can't you record? The journalists, of course they're going to record the event. What happened to freedom of speech? Freedom of speech only works when it's there, when it's benefiting them.
In a room with an active shooter that they could have accidentally and quite literally filmed themselves being shot. Many of those people have become so desensitized that fight or flight became secondary to the opportunity of putting themselves into the story, which ironically breaks the #1 rule of journalism. And again, ironically enough, the shooter was a teacher. You have these people who are supposed to be teaching our children the future of this country, and he's so unhinged that he is able to teach children by day and then attempt to murder the president of the United States by night.
I'm gonna be honest with you, this whole shit feels staged. I don't even, like, y'all gonna hate me for this. I don't believe that shit was real, bro. I think this shit is propaganda. They making this shit up. I do not believe that shit was fucking real. Am I the only one believe this fucking attempted shooting at the correspondent's White House dinner was fake? It just don't feel real. We gotta add. We're gonna skip this. We're not watching this. God damn. Here we go.
And in his manifesto, he starts by contextualizing himself by saying, I am a citizen of the United States of America. And while we may have big problems with illegal immigration in this country, I have to tell you, we haven't
You realize she didn't say none of this shit to the guy that killed her husband. She said all this shit about the guy at the correspondent shooting, but the guy that killed her husband, I forgive him. These motherfuckers are not legit. They are lying to your face. They are propagandizing everything. But the same guy that killed her husband was a white guy. I forgive him. Black teacher try to shoot at the correspondent's place. Oh, these people are evil. But the same white guy that killed her husband, I forgive him. It's fake, bro.
A bigger problem when it comes to the systemic indoctrination and radicalization of our own citizens. This is what got my husband killed. This is what has led to 3 legitimate attempts on President Trump's life.
Fake, man. Fake.
And I can speak firsthand to that unbearable toll that this must take on our First Lady. There has never been a president who has faced this many assassination attempts in Americans' entire history.
Because it's staged, y'all.
And after each one, the reaction from the far left has been, at best, a shrug, and in some cases, a sick disappointment that the shooter was unsuccessful. We are all human beings.
Freedom of speech. Right? Yeah. Freedom of speech. They have a right to have an opinion. That's their opinion, right? Regardless if you like it or not, that's their opinion. If they are upset about X, Y, and Z, they have a right to be upset.
And if you can just pause and just take a minute and ask yourself, how would you feel if even just one person made cruel jokes about the attempted murder of your loved one? That is what Jimmy Kimmel did to the First Lady. He said that she had the glow of an expected widow.
Why is she
The
looking at
glow of an expected widow. Just 48 hours before that nightmare almost became a reality.
It was staged. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
And this culture we're living in absorbs disagreement as a form of personal betrayal. It turns having an opposing viewpoint into a moral crime worthy of punishment. And here's what I've realized through all of this, truly, having lived through quite literal hell these past 7 months, if you strip someone of their humanity long enough, you will arrive at the chilling conclusion that they don't deserve to exist at all. Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface.
Drewski! No, it's not funny. I'm not wait, let me stop myself. I'm laughing because Drewski depicted Erika Kirk so accurate. He didn't say it was about Erika Kirk, but yeah, come on now. Drewski is utilizing his freedom of speech to be a comedian and depict Erika Kirk. That's his freedom of speech. But when freedom of speech goes against these people, it ain't freedom of speech no more. They should be in jail. You cannot say freedom of speech is freedom of speech when you want to censor somebody. I believe you should be able to say whatever you want as long as you're not threatening to hurt anybody or threatening the people around you or saying things that are detrimental to society. Just threats in general. You shouldn't be threatening nobody. That's bad. But you should have the right to say what you want to say as long as what you're saying is not threatening to people. Fair enough. Drewski was using his right as American to be a comedian, and you cannot censor him. You can't do that.
I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO, and I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband.
Wow.
And the list goes on and on and on.
Wow.
There is a serious epidemic of dehumanization plaguing this country. The most unthinkable tragedies have now become commonplace in our daily headlines, and yet the media finds a way to conveniently explain away violence. This is what we're up against. This is what we're up against.
All right, that's enough for me, man. That's enough for me. I don't know why she's dressed like this. This shit is kind of weird to me. It's like she dressed for a funeral. Not even like a regular funeral, like a funeral for like a robbery member that she lost at a bank robbery, and she just at the funeral dressed like this. Anyways, my name is Isaiah. This is the Isaiah Sanders Show. And by the way, if you want to debate somebody, let me know. I can host it for you, man. I can host it for you. This is the Isaiah Sanders Show. Please like, share, subscribe. I'm out of here. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Erika Kirk.